Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'll be showing you some cleaning tips. Now, in the past, most of my videos have been a little off topic, but today I'll be showing you some repair tips. So Sam's Vintage Repairs is showing you how to repair. Now before you can see two hip balls from a G.I. Joe. This is an earlier figure, 1964-1965 era. And as you can see there, if I zoom in, the hip balls on said figure have sort of discolored. They've got rust and dirt and grime ground into every little scratch. And there, you can see the clean version. I'll be showing you how to make such an improvement, seeing as that hip ball's kinda ugly, and it really drags away from the figure. Now, this is by no means required for any restoration, seeing as most of the time this is not visible. But if, say, you get an early figure, or a figure you really would like to look brand new, this could be helpful. Now, I use baking soda. Take a little tub of baking soda, I just keep it here at the sink ready to use. An old toothbrush for this job though. And a little bit of water. Doesn't really take a whole lot to clean these. Now, you wet the item, fling a little bit of water off, take your little tub, put a little bit of baking soda on it, take your brush, wet the brush, fling a little water off, and just start scrubbing. This may take a little while, seeing as, well, there's a lot of dirt and grime on this particular figure. Alright, now we have the two hip balls after having been washed and dried. As you can see, they are no longer brown or black. They do have some grime, you can't really remove everything, but they look far better now. Now, I'm gonna go over the rest of the body with this little treatment. Not a whole lot worse. The hips have a little bit of grime on the front there, as you can see. I'll show you what that looks like after it's been scrubbed. A little bit on the buttocks too, but not much. And I think the worst part of all is probably that hip, but the face needs a little work too. I don't have paint, so I can't really go over any touch-up on the paint. But I can get like the dirt and grime here and here. Can work that out. Alrighty then. Here we are after the cleaning. The hip piece, I tried to clean that little bit of gunk off. As you can see, it's pretty good. It's still got a little bit of gunk right through there that's deeply ingrained where it scraped a sidewalk or something. But I got rid of most of the marks that were here, inside of here and here, and I removed some here. And that actually revealed that's a 4A hip piece, which I'm quite happy about. I also tried to clean up the face, but as you can see, I didn't really get a whole lot of that dirt and grime that was already there. It was also pretty deeply ingrained. I believe those were cuts in the head before it shrunk and hardened, so not much I can do about that. Now, this was a pretty good figure, and I paid $10 for him. I bought him from a really good vendor at the recent SoCal G.I. Joe show, and overall it was pretty good. I also bought a couple other figures from the same vendor, including an Action Man from England, which I'll likely upload another video about, along with a Talking Commander in really good shape. Just needs a restring, no cleaning. I may need to remove and replace the old foam pad in him, and I need to replace the talk string, but other than that, he's perfect. Alright, so I'm about to restring the figure. Now, I'm not going to show the full process on camera because it's been gone over by Toy Polloi, Michael Boyinski, and just everyone else who does G.I. Joe stuff. I really suggest Toy Polloi's method, and I've over time just modified my way of doing it to my preference. I also modified it to what I have on hand, seeing as, you know, sometimes I can't get exactly what's on the video. Now, as I was mentioning before, I got this brass collar elastic right here. It's in pretty good shape. As you can see, it's got the brass clasp, and the arm hooks are in pretty good shape. The arm hooks that came with the figure fell apart when I went to unstring the figure, so good thing I already had some spare. I actually got those from the same vendor that I got the figure. He was also missing his feet, and I bought the feet there too. He also came with the Action Man and a Talking Commander. The Commander was missing its head, but I'd recently gotten one in a parts lot. All complete, all there. He needs a replacement talk string. It only goes out so far. He sounds like he says G.I. Joe US Army, but I'm not sure yet. Needs a light bit of flock touch-up on the chin and on the head. But other than that, pretty good. So, I personally use these little electrical rings, and I use this like 3 or 4 millimeter elastic. I split that ring open because it's not quite the right size for this job. Slide it onto the elastic wherever I need it. I compare it to the body, get about yay amount. Then I use a pair of pliers, crimp it on, make sure it's good and strong. And then I cut a hole in the ring right there so that I can bend it open and put it on the original rivet instead of having to remove the rivets like you have to do with the Cotswold equipment. Now, I'm not showing this process because I've already recorded a video attempting to show this process, and I'm not even sure if I'll release that video. Again, go to Toy Polloi or Michael Boyinski or someone else because there are a million videos on the topic. I'll show you what this figure looks like once it's strung up and ready for action. Also, the neck hook was almost as rusted out, but not quite as rusted out as the rest of the equipment. I put it through treatment, tried to get rid of all the rust I could. I'm worried it's going to snap right through there, so I may have to make a replacement hook. Hard to tell. I'll see you once I'm done. Alrighty then. Here's a figure after he's been cleaned up, had rust removal and all that. He's not perfect, but he's definitely a good figure. Now, I would like to know what all you think he should wear, because I'm leaning toward the side of a Marine, but that would imply I have to buy another set of Marine fatigues. So please, let me know. This has been Sam Surplus signing off, and a big thank you to Toy Polloi, not only for inspiring this video, but also for recently subscribing to the channel. This has been Sam Surplus. Have a fine evening.